You're not allowed to dance. You're not allowed to clap. Not even like a shoulder whip or I don't know. No.
Welcome back
To another episode
of It's Fareel with
Farah
Farah.
and Salil.
Woo!
حبيت.
How you doing?
Wallah, all good, all good.
How you feeling after
Oh my
Ramadan, Eid craziness?
خيال. I'm so happy to be back. My normal routine. Ramadan was such a blessing. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
It's over.
It's over. It was a bit of a heavy one this year, energetically. But it went by fast.
It went.
It flew by.
يعني I'm not gonna say it flew by fast. كل واحد عنده his own perspective. بس يعني الحمد لله إن خلصنا على خير.
Alhamdulillah.
الحمد لله.
And we're here. We Gucci.
We Gucci. الحمد لله.
All right. So, I got something for you.
Tell me.
As usual.
As usual. Per usual.
Per usual. Something that it's freshly arrived.
Okie dokie.
Remember first episode when I talked about the special Omani papaya, aka
Fifaya. Yes.
I got some freshly delivered from Oman.
Damn, girl.
Yep.
Yalla, I can't wait
So
to
I
have
wanted
me
to try
some.
it.
I can't wait to have me some fifaya.
Freshly cut, freshly delivered.
كنت لازم تجيبين واحد شي عودة.
Yeah.
زين عشان يعني نتعلم كلنا شلون نقصها.
Oh, la. That's gonna be a whole. I'm gonna need a whole kitchen for that.
You think so?
Yeah. I forgot to bring spoon, but. I mean forks. Adi with your hands.
It smells kind of cheesy.
Her and her cheese again. Try it.
أعطي عمر خلينا نشوف. خيذوق معانا.
Here you go.
Ooh, I mean the color.
Hey, it's extra. Yeah, it's not your typical papaya.
That is slimy.
Very sweet, صح؟
صدقني توقعتها أحلى يعني sweeter مو أحلى بس توقعتها sweeter.
It's sweet, no?
ما أدري كليتها عادية.
Try another one.
Okay.
Don't judge it on the first.
بس you were المفروض تحطين وياه ثلج ice. Ice baby.
Try this one. Try this.
This one?
Yeah. But if you.
ها عمر.
It's like watermelon.
No. Watermelon is watery.
Yeah, this is pretty watery.
This is smooth, creamy. أحسها.
That's the only difference, the texture.
لا يعني إذا لو بقارنه بالwatermelon I would say like a cantaloupe مثلا. Because it's like creamy as the cantaloupe بس.
But I mean, like the text, I should have, I should have done. I should have brought you the ones that they sell the local jam'iyya, the Indian papaya, and
to know the difference, يعني?
compare, yeah, because even like the local, the ones that they bring from India, even as sweet as they are, they don't get to this level.
I just really wish it was colder.
Yeah.
Honestly, أحس إن المفروض كان يصير أبرد. بس I mean the color. I don't know if it shows. But like the color.
With your.
لا, the color. I'm so in love. I don't know what
this is
shade
special,
of orange or red it is.
Omani papaya from Salala. Fifai, as I would call it.
Why خفيف? It's so good.
It's really good.
خفيف,
But I had to bring you to try since I just got it delivered
freshly delivered.
Yes.
Do you guys know this bakery called Bakes?
Yes.
BAIX?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Really?
They're so good.
What have you tried? يعني أنا كم مرة جربت بس عادي يعني.
Their مسخن rolls. That's fantastic.
Okay.
Try their spicy olive cream cheese rolls.
Okay.
Those are phenomenal. They're crazy. Just burst in your mouth of cream cheese. Oh my God. And apparently all their fatayr is amazing as well.
Haven't tried. I've heard of it, but I haven't tried it.
I've tried شو اسمه Danish bakery or Danish bakery. I don't know.
This is the OG.
This is the OG.
Classic. That's
Okay.
يعني كبروا مكانهم توا
Yeah.
وين باليرموك if I'm not mistaken. Yarmouk if I'm not mistaken. Or they have خاص a built-in bakery like if you go and like order fatayr or any baked goods, they're gonna do it on spot.
Very
But I'll
nice.
definitely give bakes another shot.
Yes.
Then
I haven't tried it. Well, I heard a good bakery that I've heard that's supposedly really good, and it's also they brought it from Oman as well. Crow,
CRO.
CRO.
هذه صايرة the new hype.
They had it. I think it was in, I don't know what area, Mangaf, the first location. They just opened the second location, Andalus Mall.
Okay.
And what I like,
The one that's hyped is the one in Andalus Mall.
because what I like about it, they have a lot of like, those like pastries and like the cronuts and the Danish pastries and all that, and it looks really good.
Interesting. هذا حق الحلقة الجاية.
Bakes, please send us some, goodies. Let's try it out.
Let's try it out.
Let's try it out.
Let's try it out.
All right.
It's the مسخن rolls.
Second
You
rolls.
recommend?
They're spicy olive cream cheese rolls.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my
we
god,
can
yum.
do the battle of like the pastries, like from Bakes and Crow, and see which one is.
Ooh, child.
Ooh, child.
Ooh, child.
We're gonna need
I'm
a
salivating من الحين.
لازم سليل.
Oh my god, ما أقدر على الأكل يا جماعة. الأكل حلو.
Every
أكل.
time in the episodes we have food, we're talking about food.
We're talking about food. We're foodies. ثلاثتنا اجتمعنا على الأكل يعني.
It just happens.
We
that way.
appreciate good food.
Off.
That's what we are.
we definitely
we appreciate
do.
good food.
We definitely do.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed the papaya.
لا نار. نار. I just
You tried it. You saw what the hype was all about.
so
Yeah.
good.
So now that we're back in routine, tell me, how's your routine going? How's it getting back? What's your daily routine, morning and night?
Well, it's that morning coffee that hits differently because it's just different. I don't know. I'm not a coffee drinker when it comes to Ramadan, to be honest. Like if it's just a family gathering, it's that Arabic coffee. Other than that, I wouldn't order coffee at home or actually go grab coffee from the local coffee shops. Not that much into that يعني. فقطعت. Now like I'm having coffee 1 cup per day. شوية كنا كف من الصبح لأن خلاص my body is أحسها cleansed out.
Yeah, so like it's usually when you stop that coffee and then that first cup of coffee after
Yes.
being off,
راشدي.
it will like
كبخ.
open your eyes like wired.
صج.
Yeah,
And it's just like work.
work.
Yeah, corporate
How
life.
has your routine changed from Ramadan and normal?
It's just me getting my sleeping together. That's the thing that's messing me up, honestly. Honest to God, that's the thing.
But you don't have like a normal daily routine that you stick to.
No, I don't. I definitely don't. خاصة in the weekend where there's no work.
Yeah.
But other than that, مبلا, waking up, going to work, coming back. مثلا I would do laundry for like by I don't know 2 days a week or 3 days a week.
Nice.
But other than that, like
No
it's
daily
pretty
routine.
chill.
Yeah.
Pretty chill.
I'm very routine though.
My routine is work.
Yeah.
My routine revolves around me working because
Yeah.
sometimes I finish at 3 and sometimes I do finish at like 6.
Yeah, of
So
course.
it depends.
There's like
it
certain like
varies.
from day to day. Sometimes it changes, but it's like
Yeah.
there's certain things that like يعني that it sticks. Like that's the routine that has. And when you're off, for me, madre, like I have a certain routine. Like when I'm off of that routine, I get شوية like I feel off, energy wise and like mentally wise. It's
Yeah.
like.
I did that during COVID, honestly.
Yeah.
But like right now, I'm trying not to put myself in a routine because Ramadan told me to like, I'm trying this new thing this year specifically where I'm just trying to be spontaneous more,
Go with the flow.
go with the flow
Yes.
because I'm not that at all.
That's why you're hanging out with me more.
Exactly.
And yeah, my routine is go with the flow, but
Yeah.
I do have some things that I have to do on a daily basis, or else I feel I'm
Okay.
out of balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Such as?
Yeah, for example, either like I wake up as usual, like do morning routine, whatever, have to do like the whole oral routine, which is like the oral
Brushing of the teeth,
no
flossing.
شو اسمه oil pulling,
Okay.
all that stuff. and then go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I prefer doing like the gym first thing in the morning. That's
You're
was
the
one.
AM person.
Yes, that's one thing that really like kind of during Ramadan شوية it was يعني off. So I like to work out first thing in the morning. Unless I'm teaching a class or something, then it would be after, or like depends. Like if I do wake up early, like with the sunrise, I'll go walk on the beach with the sunrise. So like first thing in the morning.
I remember you would do that like on the daily.
On the day. So even when I do get to the gym, before I even work out, first thing I do is go walk on the beach. Grounding. Get my earthing, my grounding. Literally, like I've been doing this since I think October.
Yeah.
And I felt a really big difference in terms of like the grounding energy.
Okay.
So that's been something like I either do it sunrise, or even if I don't do the sunrise, it's when I get to the gym or before working out, I'll walk on the beach for at least 20 minutes.
So you wake up, you do your oral routine.
Yes.
AM gym.
Sauna. Walk on the beach, sauna, gym.
Okay.
And then do whatever I have to do after that.
Okay.
And then at nighttime, night routine, skincare.
Yeah. That's that skincare.
But then other than that, it's like I'm flexible من ناحية like the timings and just go with the flow. But it's just like getting all that stuff together.
Yeah.
And actually in Ayurveda, I don't know if you know Ayurveda, it's like the oldest traditional ancient medical system. From 5,000 years ago. It's from India. Actually, in Kuwait, if you notice, like a lot of our grandparents or great-grandparents, they use that actual type of medicine. And they say, oh, here, take kurkum, or take cloves to help relieve toothaches or whatever. That's all part of Ayurveda.
Okay. Can we explain Ayurveda for people?
That's gonna need a whole different episode on its own because it's a lot. But I'll touch base on it. Basically, Ayurveda in itself, the word itself, Ayurveda, it means the science of life.
Okay.
Or knowledge of life. And basically it's mind, body, soul, and environment all balanced out together with the different, and then like different elements are what dictates all that balance, which is earth, fire, air, ether, and water. And you have to balance that out, you physically, mentally, and like we're all connected somehow. That's what they believe. Like we're connected من ناحية like physically, we're connected also with the day of the week, not the day of the week, the time of day, in the morning, nighttime, whatever. And like they have the creativity phase, the whatever phase, and then you also have like the seasons. So it's all connected. And then at the same time, you as a person, and then using like herbs to help balance out that. Yani.
That's so nice.
That's like a very brief explanation. It's a whole science, like it's a whole thing.
It's a whole world.
It's a whole world. But in Ayurveda, they really do focus on having a daily routine, which they call dinacharya.
Okay.
Dina means day, charya means I think like routine, and during that's when you actually like the benefits of having a daily routines for like mental alertness, digestion, like even like you eating like at a certain time of day. Like they believe having the biggest meal is during when the sun is at its highest peak, which is around 1
yeah.
So like they believe like that. So it's basically it's a whole science. But I just want to like even point out or highlight that even within Ayurveda, like a daily routine is important.
I notice a lot of people don't like having a daily routine
Because it gets boring.
Yes, I think so. So. It's not me, but like I know other people do get bored. They do lack interest whenever they see a routine is forming somehow.
See, I'm kind of in between that.
Okay.
Yani, when it's everything every day is the same day, it's monotonous. I get bored. بس من ناحية like when it's like a whole day. But when like certain things that you do خلاص it became part of your routine.
Yeah.
Like brushing your teeth خلاص. You're not going to get bored of brushing your teeth. It's just part of your daily routine that it's like ingrained within you. So certain points, yes, like for me, like I need that. But then other stuff, it's like, no, you will get bored. I do, yani.
Because you're keeping, like in between your routine or yours.
Yani think about it in the method like something that you would do regardless of where you are. That's kind of like, I think that's a routine. Like, for example, you're gonna wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, wash your face. That's a routine, regardless of where you are in the world or where you are. If you're
what you're doing.
Yes, but then the other stuff that happened in between, that's the thing that.
And it's a variable.
Yes,
it's a variable. حتى it's gonna change whether it's a weekday and a weekend.
Definitely.
So it depends.
Yeah. So I do understand those people that do get bored because like it gets like imagine doing the same thing every single day.
I don't
from
mind
day
it.
to night.
I don't mind it.
For a whole year.
I don't mind it. I did that during COVID لما كنت شو اسمه حجر. I did that for 30 days. So
no, I'll go crazy.
I did that for 30 days. أنا اللي حطيت حق نفسي روتين. أنا اللي سويت حق نفسي a schedule.
What was it?
Like it was Ramadan حتى. Like I wake up, I would clean my room, change my sheets if I have to مثلا. Skin routine, and then يعني مثلا يصير I would read a book, I would exercise before فطور, eat فطور, have a shower, and like I would shower at specifically like 8:15 because there's like a show that I would see at like 9.
So you're
with a specific dessert and a cup of coffee. Like I had a whole thing يعني going on.
شوفي أحس in this I feel like routine is also like there's a thin line between routine and building habits. Sometimes routine comes out of habit. أحس what you were doing, you were building those healthy habits. So that was صح, it was a routine, but it wasn't like a rigorous routine.
No, it's not. I don't think anyone should, like, even if you are a routine lover and you create a routine for yourself, I don't think هو كل شيء يزيد عن حده ينقلب ضده.
Yes.
If you're gonna go like I don't know with all your energy a rigorous routine, لا, it's not gonna work out. It's gonna fail.
يعني أحس those things like once they become a routine, it becomes out of habit. You start doing this out of habit. You know what they say, like first thing you should do is make your bed so that way you start the day, it kind of dictates the duration of your day, kind of like that.
Okay.
There's a saying like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And all like supposedly all successful people
make their bed.
Not necessarily that, but to have a daily, especially like a morning routine, because that sets the tone throughout the day. Like if you start your day and you like something that you do like on a daily basis, like it could be like in terms of out of habit or routine, like you have your cup of coffee, for example. Like say someone's routine is like you wake up, you have your cup of coffee, you read your new like
newspaper or whatever,
old school style, read newspaper or like watch like I don't know something on TV or have a breakfast or just sit down and meditate or for example for 5 minutes. You have that like especially before if you do work a corporate job, before going into the craziness of that day, you have that like first I want to say 30 minutes to an hour beginning of the day just for yourself.
Yeah.
That
sometimes you don't get
sets the tone of the day, as opposed like imagine like you just like some days where like oh my god you just wake out of bed straight to like you barely get dressed and rush and you go to the car and you go to work, you feel like your whole day is
خلاص messed up.
It's on the like that's why I'm saying like that morning routine sets the tone for the day.
Oh well, it's how you wake up. أحس if you're waking up شي رواق okay you're good, بس إذا أنت already جاي متأخرة يعني make the best out of it. خلاص you know يعني أنا يصير فيني don't like لا حد يشد على نفسه خلاص you woke up late خلاص.
We all have those days. We're human in the end. We're not perfect.
Exactly. فخلاص it's fine. Take a breather. يعني chill. في ناس تتعصب. خلاص تكهرب حياتها كلها. زين why؟ حرام يعني والله العظيم صدق حرام. خلاص you're late. It's fine. Is it going to be the end of the world? No. It's take a chill pill. حيل يعني خلاص it's fine. عمر شنو هي الروتين؟ حيل ترانكيلو.
بولي.
أيوة بالضبط بولي.
What is it?
Tell us your routine.
My routine?
Yeah.
I don't have a routine.
You don't have a
I
routine.
can't afford a routine.
You can. شنو يعني? Elaborate.
يعني I wake up whenever you want me to wake up and come here.
Oh my god.
At 8:30 p.m.
At 8:30 p.m. He wakes up at 8:30
Yes,
p.m.
or any other clients or any other shoots.
وخلاص, if no one calls you, you're just asleep.
Yes, or asleep or just at home editing. Yeah.
Okay.
I go out maybe once a week to do something fun, to relax.
Yeah.
Whenever that, shows, I don't know when that's going to be,
Okay.
So when I know, okay, today I don't have nothing, perfect. I can do something.
تمام.
But other days, most of the time, I'm sitting editing.
How does it feel mentally?
I mean, it was my dream job to do this, so I'm having fun.
That's good.
Interesting.
I enjoy doing this podcast and all of that, and editing it feels the same way. It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not struggling.
لا,
That's what
الحمد
you're
لله,
saying.
الحمد لله, الحمد لله, الحمد لله, الحمد لله.
No, each person like has their own thing, definitely.
هو صدق.
Yeah, and I enjoy it. I don't have working times like most people,
Yeah.
which I hated because
That's something I really like as well.
I thrive at night most of the
Yeah.
time. As you know, I upload the episode at night every week on Tuesday. I'm
Yeah.
up late like tonight. I'm going to be home editing the episode. It's going to be up by 3-4 a.m. Then I go to sleep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's why he's gonna wake up قبل
الساعة 8.
الساعة 8 بالضبط. To be here at 8:30 for us.
Yeah, like I woke up today around like 3:30, 4 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
وبعدين.
Had my, coffee, relaxed a little bit, ate, then came here.
Nice.
Yeah. Now I'll go back home, edit, and do the same thing tomorrow.
Okay.
Actually, tomorrow I don't have a shoot, so
You're gonna be chill,
yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sadgin, I realized something.
So no.
I like the fact that like the freedom of time and like I have the flexibility of time like whenever I want to do, but at the same time I do not like to wake up late, like super late. I guess if I'm up like say after 11, 12, my day is gone.
That's super late.
Yeah.
Damn, girl.
I mean, it feels like that sometimes, yes, because I miss what most people are doing.
Yeah.
And waking up early, getting things done, cleaning the house,
I'm not gonna wake
Do
up
it.
early unless I have something extremely important.
Yeah,
to
I
do.
guess like if I wake up after 12, 1 o'clock, I'm like, damn, the whole day is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what ما أدري, I feel
saying شو اسمه, you're the person that wakes up at 3.
Yeah, but that was today. But most times I actually sleep at like 5, 6 a.m. And I wake up at 12, 1 max. Otherwise, I would feel bad. I would just feel bad. Even though if I have nothing to do, I just feel bad.
exactly. That's one thing that I didn't like about Ramadan. Like eventually my sleep did get ruined and I started waking up later. And I felt like I had no time to finish everything that I want to do.
I can't relate to both. I can't relate. I'm such a night owl, you guys. يعني
But the thing is, you can't do anything at night. If
ما
you need
أدري,
it.
أحس راح يطوفني شيء إذا نمت.
Yeah, that's why most of the time when you contact me, you'll find me awake and
Like
'cause
أنا
I sleep
أزعل.
early in the morning and
إيه.
I'm up most of the afternoon and most of the night.
Most of the time I'm sad because like I have to sleep early عشان
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes, like late nights, I just cry.
يعني نام بكير في بكير هذا ما يمشي وياي يعني.
Yeah.
أدش
I hate
الفراش.
that.
إي
I
I
like to
hate
sleep
it.
when I get sleepy. Like, what the hell?
صح.
But like ساعات, like when, like sometimes, it was crazy. Sometimes, like, for example, say I slept like till 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And like, for example, someone had like seen the sunrise in the morning and like it was a gorgeous sunrise. I get FOMO. I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't wake up and see it.
عادي الشمس راح تطلع باكر.
No, but like, عرفت like how like each sunrise is not the same. Like every single sunrise you see in your life is never the same as the sunrise. And sometimes like there's those like special sunrises that are so gorgeous.
الصيف جاينا نطرة بشويش.
Actually, no, winter sunrises are nicer in my opinion in Kuwait because
yeah.
the sunrise is later. It's around like 6:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30. So it's, I don't know. And then the weather is clear. There's not a lot of dust. So you have a beautiful sunrise. During the summer, I would say, first of all, the sunrise is earlier. It gets back. It starts at 5 or 4:30. Other than that, during the summertime, the skies are not usually clear. There's not a lot of clouds.
غبار.
Yes. So when it's cloudy, slightly with like there's clouds and the sky is clear, that's when the most beautiful sunrises are. On the beach,
No, I have a lot of pictures of that.
Don't even get me started.
I can't relate.
She knows I have a whole
But
album.
for me, when you see a sunrise, you're meant to see that sunrise. So if you don't see a sunrise for a while, you're not meant to see it.
Yeah.
You know?
هذا
So it's
أنا.
fine.
هذه أنا.
No, the sad, like I would wake up. Like when I sleep, I also like have the windows open. I don't like blackouts windows. I keep the window open.
When you
So
sleep?
Yeah, not like window. I mean like the shutters or the curtains.
That's still
هذا أنا I
insane.
don't mind. هذا
Not
أنا
the
I don't
windows.
mind.
Windows are closed, obviously. But in that, when sometimes like I wake up in the middle of the night, or like I wake up, I look out the window, I can tell what time it is, just based on the colors of the sky.
خاصة إن I think you saw many variations for you to
Like for
actually
example,
know.
if it's like slight, I'm like, oh, it's like especially if I know what time the sunrise is. Like say the sunrise is at 6, and I see the light in the sky. I'm like, it looks like it's like 5:30. And then even like during the daytime, like say I would like sleep till 8 or 9. If I would wake up at 7 or 6, I kind of know around what time it is just based on where the sun position is.
قاعد أقولش من كثر ما you saw different variations of the sun and the sunrise itself. أحس you kinda both of you kinda
Got synced up with the sun.
you know the hows and the colors of like of the sky itself.
Yeah.
بس يعني
I need the sun. I'm a plant.
Oh, when I wake up, I definitely have to open the curtains
yes.
and everything.
Yeah.
But while I'm sleeping, at any point of time, if you check my room right now, I went to Mektaba and I bought those sticky black rolls and I
عتمة.
sealed it completely. Not even an inch of light. That little dot from the
Damn.
TV you see,
You're one of those.
that annoys me. I would not be able to sleep.
You're one of those.
I have everything covered in tape.
No, my open عادي. Open lights also.
I know people who like إنه يشيلون الباتري off the clock
Yeah,
عشان
that would drive me
See, I
insane.
don't have a clock in the room.
I don't
neither.
mind it. أنا بالعكس أحط الكلوك عشان أسمعها.
White noise?
I know.
Yeah, that for me that's the AC. If the AC isn't on and I can't hear it, I can't sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
God.
My mom used to say like back in the day, kids, old school ACs,
The fan.
not the fan, the one that's stuck on the
Eh,
wall, the
eh,
one
eh.
that's like a square. It's like kids back in the day, they used to sleep on that noise, and the
صح.
minute they used to close that AC, they would wake up.
صح.
Yeah.
لأن هذا white noise بالنسبة لهم.
Yeah.
بس ولد الذين كان يبرد. ولد الذين كان يبرد. يعني don't say لا تقولون لي centralized AC ولا ما أدري شنو. لا. That was the real shit. وصوته ماكينة.
Hey.
ماكينة. I don't know if you've ever like heard it or something.
I've
صوتها
heard it.
ماكينة.
I've definitely heard it. I was in a place in Jabri where it was like ground floor,
Yeah.
and we had like rooms outside, hosh with like rooms outside.
Yeah.
And all of those rooms had an AC each of those.
See?
And my brother had one of the rooms, he made it into a gym. So he
Okay.
would turn that on, and my room, the window, it's like right outside. His AC is like right outside my room. That was annoying.
احنا لما كنا like whenever I used to like go for site visits وكذي like whenever يعني sometimes the site locations they're not
Air
equipped
conditioned,
يعني
yeah.
or air conditioned or حتى المكان نفسه يكون عادي تشينكو فيحطون هذا النوع من صوته يشيل
But لا,
المكان
there's the newer ones now. They're better. They're quiet.
بس you find those لأن they're not gonna خاصة الsites they're not all upgraded يعني trust me they're not all upgraded.
And then I've worked in like هذي الchinko offices.
Yes.
And we've had pretty good يعني
أنا ما
ACs.
راح أذكر الأماكن. I'm not
Yeah, they're
supposed
actually too cold. Those little places where they have from Hindisin and whatnot. I've been allowed to shoot in those
Yeah.
places. They're usually too cold.
too cold.
Yeah.
You
Because
have
it's a
to.
smaller space and the capacity of the
AC itself.
is strong. Yeah.
So Farah,
Tell me.
I know you're extremely controversial person.
Am I?
Yeah, you are. You have radical perspectives when it comes to our society. But لا, honestly speaking, there is like we can see a wave of new opinions coming. Okay, but there is one controversial topic.
Okay.
Okay, like I would like to pick your brain with,
Okay. Tell me.
which is living alone, a single person
Yes.
living alone.
Okay.
Pro or con?
Extremely pro.
In a society like ours?
Yes, I know. Unfortunately, it is looked down upon for both genders, males and females. It's becoming a little more common for the males, of course. But with this society, I know it's very taboo. A lot of families are against it. They don't see it in the right way, but
Society itself is against
Yes.
it. And like if when something is extremely taboo for a male,
for females, even worse.
Exactly.
But I am extremely pro for that. Especially, like, I know a lot of those that have studied abroad. I can speak on the majority of them.
yeah.
The most challenging thing that they face coming back is coming back living with family. Especially that for at least for 4 years, you're abroad, you're living on your own. You built a whole, like you have your own home. You got used to it. You got used to having your own space, your own kitchen, your own living space. So coming back and then like going back to like living out of your one
I
bedroom.
get that because like I know like and for example my mom would always be like اوه بلشتي تطبخين اوه بلشتي ما ادري شنو قبل حتى البيضه ما كنتي تسوين قبل حتى ماي حار ما كنتي تسوين
Yeah.
يصير فيني انه it's quite different when you have your own kitchen when you have your own space.
I can totally agree with that because when I was living abroad, and I was abroad for 9 years, I love to cook. I'm a person that loves to cook. As we all know, we're all foodies and stuff like. So I used to always love to experiment in the kitchen and stuff like that. And I was like cooking every single day there. Not 3 meals a day, but like I would cook every day, and sometimes like make whatever meals, and I would get so creative, try out new things, super excited to try out new things. Ever since I got back, that was scaled back because it's not my own kitchen. I'm sharing this kitchen, and you don't know, like sometimes like you want to find something. Oh, where is this? Where is that? Where is this pot? Where is this?
Yeah.
You don't know where things are. It's not your own space. So you're seeing there is a difference.
Okay.
But then again, it's also double-edged, I believe. من ناحية also, it's not only the society. Say for example, the family is okay with
You living alone?
with you, or like their son living alone or whatever. It's also the landlords here. They don't accept it.
It's the society itself.
Yes, so it's like not only with when it comes to families, also like with the landlords. They don't like it. It's looked down upon.
Yeah.
It's looked down in a very negative way. They always think like, that person's probably not a good person. That's why they want to live alone, or they want to like do it as like a bachelor pad or whatever.
هو الشر يعم والخير يخص.
Man, it's not illegal in this country.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal. It's looked down upon
It's
by
illegal
tradition.
by society, tradition,
yes.
culture.
Although if you see now like the other GCC countries, it's becoming more common.
It depends because of the
Like for example, Saudi
squared area squared. Yeah.
For Saudi, like there's for example a lot of the people that, for example, say you live in Khubar or Jeddah and you work in Riyadh. There's been a lot, and like there's been a lot of those like people that go there
Yes.
for work and they end up buying their own home.
True.
Or living alone. Same thing with their mom.
But they have to, because when you're comparing Oman, Saudi to Kuwait,
it's a big country.
It's a huge country.
They're not gonna
You're
be
not going to be
commuting.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly. But in Kuwait, like the furthest location is what, like 40 minutes away, 45
An
minutes.
hour max.
An hour, yalla.
Yeah.
Okay. خلينا نقول ساعة ونص.
Yeah.
You can do that every day. It's fine, you know. خاصة if you يعني لما الواحد يعرف the glitch of like traffic and whatnot, you're gonna be good.
Yeah.
But like you cannot compare this to like
Of course. 3-4
Saudi,
hour
exactly.
commute. What are your thoughts?
I think I'm extremely pro, because I think living alone, you kind of discover yourself. Okay, you don't have that support system of your family cleaning up behind you, cooking your food or whatever small things it is, honestly. But like I think everyone should go through that experience.
Definitely, because like especially in our society, like there's those that haven't lived abroad to study or whatever. The first time they do experience living alone is like when they get married.
And that's a huge mistake.
Exactly. Because why? Because a lot of them then like they're just thrown into this like new lifestyle. Like they're away from family, living in this apartment, like with their significant other. Some of them, okay, they kind of like get used to it, they adapt, and others they're like, shit, what am I doing? Yani, they get lost. They're always used to having someone in the house, or like, not only that, they get like lonely. They're not okay with them being alone in their own presence. Like, for example, say their significant other is like out, or we're at work and they're home alone. They don't feel comfortable.
No, but يعني شوفي, I am pro, but like I do understand how it's extremely looked down upon in our society, and like it's.
But that needs to change, I believe.
It does need to change. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's like I don't know what to do to help it.
And the thing
change.
is, what's also another topic, also like with landlords, like being like a single person finding finding an apartment, living alone and stuff like that. It's also been difficult for married couple finding apartments in Kuwait.
Oh yeah,
from landlords.
I mean, they either want my husband and I, we went through this. So basically, you find people putting ads for like fitness couples. Yeah, they want no kids, no maids or no nannies, basically, which just reassures the landlord that no kid's gonna be popping up within the first year, let's say. No smoking whatsoever. People actually put on ads as well. No frequent visitors.
Yeah, I've heard about that, where it's like, we don't want a lot of visitors coming.
Yeah.
We don't want you to be hosting any dinners or.
Who are you to come and tell me how to live my life?
Exactly.
Like, I am paying rent at the end of the day. What
Yeah.
are you giving me for
That's
free?
what I've heard. Like, landlords in Kuwait, they make it very difficult for tenants. Regardless, it's like, yani, you know, for single people, that's another story. But like, even for married couple, it's very hard. Like, I've had a couple of friends that had like a hard time finding apartments.
It is.
Because either they don't want, like, either if you're like a local Kuwaiti, they don't want Kuwaitis.
True.
Or they'll double the price for you.
Yes. I've seen that happen with my husband and myself in Salmiya, actually, to be extremely specific. We were talking in English the whole time. Once we just like had a side talk or a side chit chat with like our Kuwaiti dialect, the security person was like, "Are you guys Kuwaiti?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but like the landlord doesn't approve of any locals living here whatsoever." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
It's extremely ridiculous.
And then when you do find these apartments that are like, okay, they accept that, and no requirements, whatever, it costs your whole salary.
Yes.
So like, what are we supposed to do here? And then like on top of that, real estate is crazy expensive in this country. So that's why everyone's building extra floors in their house.
What's your perspective, Amar?
Me as a single guy,
As a single guy,
it's way tougher than married couples.
Definitely.
Yeah, way tougher.
as we said earlier, like if something is taboo to a male, what do you expect it to be for a female? So like,
Yeah,
if you're single,
that's a whole
and-
different layer.
Yeah.
Yes.
But actually, there's a lot of places that would give single females, way more than guys, because guys would have more parties,
Okay.
more
So
friends
it's-
coming over.
Okay, so it's
We're
the idea.
dirtier, we're louder. You know.
And
In
they
my
actually
building specifically,
supposedly
there's a lot of-
they're monitored and
yeah.
all that.
There's a lot of in my building. There's a lot of flight attendants. There's even actresses living in my building alone.
Okay.
But for me to even find the building I'm living in, I had to hire a real estate agent. Otherwise, I spent literally a year of my life just looking for a place. And from one place to another, either they would say no, or they would be like, let us convince the owner of the apartment. We'll talk to him, we'll tell him, oh, he's a respectful person. مصور ما أدري شنو. They try to like market me basically. Most of the time it doesn't work. Even one time I tried to call the owner myself to be like, okay, I'm a man, I'm gonna introduce myself. Be like, yo, I have a business, I have a thing. I just want a place to live.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold any parties. I'm gonna be quieter than anybody else. But as soon as I called him, he's like, la 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 la, even made it even worse for him. And I called Aslan and he's like, nope. So I had to hire a real estate agent, pay half rent
Half the rent, yeah.
so she can find me a place for singles. You know? But immediately took it. But I'm paying right now a stupid amount of money every single month. At the end of the year, when I see all the papers, كل شهر قاعد أدفع وأحسبها, I'm like, all this money could have gone into Bitcoin.
صح.
Definitely. So like it is a very.
It is, and like
and like with the new generation, I guess like it's gonna be more.
Some landlords are against even people working in the private sector.
Yes.
Because it's not a stable income.
Exactly. So like basically they have that mentality. Well, it doesn't happen right now, you guys. Like I'm just trying to clarify this. Like صح القطاع الخاص is not as stable, but they're not gonna fire Kuwaitis or fire anyone just like off the bat.
Well, how does it work? Do you pay because I don't know how it works here in Kuwait. Do you pay a deposit?
You pay a deposit.
Some places, yes.
How many? 1 month, 2 month deposit?
It depends on what they ask.
And then it's a yearly lease, right?
You pay deposit and you pay insurance.
And the lease it's a yearly lease, right?
You can make yearly, you can make 5 years.
Yeah, it depends. Everything, it depends.
Because I'm used to like the US is different kind of.
Yeah, in
No,
the US
in
it's like
Kuwait-
proper laws. It's different.
Yeah.
In Kuwait, it's because we don't have laws and regulations just for tenants and landlords and whatever. So it's
There is
basically the
some,
landlord.
There is some, but they're so bad.
But I don't think anyone's
But that's why,
following
like,
them, to
if
be
you
honest.
have a proper contract, then you can know what rights you have and what rights.
Everything
you don't have.
is contract binded. Like you have to sign papers. It's not like
Of course.
Yeah.
بس يعني a lot of people here kind of ignore contracts. يعني الحين I've been in May, it's going to be my second year in this place. And I had the contract for a year. The year finished, nobody sent me a new piece of paper. I didn't sign anything else. So I can leave now. Nobody will tell me anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And they
I-
can kick me out today as well.
صح. Oh, that's the thing. Like you kind of need to like hustle
Yes.
to get those papers and for you to
Because
sign.
that's the only thing. That's how you're going to be protected.
بس لأن keep in mind the older generation ما عندهم هذول أفكار of contracts وبوقع أوراق وما أدري شو. أنا بوقع أوراق متى لما أدش مع البنك باخذ قرض أو أوقع ورقة بس like rent to tenant
حتى فاتورة, you know.
بالضبط.
إيه.
فإتس يعني
Yeah.
but that's why مثلا حتى لما we were paying rent يعني صح now everything is like basically على الابليكيشن
Yeah.
بس you do take screenshots to have evidence هذه الفاتورة مالتك.
Yeah, like because he can say like, oh, they didn't pay me. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
فذاتس واي في شيء اسمه يعني قبل ايام اول في هاي الفاتوره الورقه الصفراء basically.
the one with the ink.
ايوه بالضبط.
Yeah, I still get that. They still give me that.
اي بس في ناس لا مثلا انت خلص تضيفه through the IBAN و the application itself فتحول له المبلغ كل راس شهر وخلاص. ف that transaction is your receipt.
Yes.
And you need to اوكي صح انا اقدر اروح اسحبه من البنك ثاني يوم بس why not have it in handy.
Yeah.
Like you always have to like
So we do need. I think we do need proper, like tenant landlord laws
Yes. Yeah, because
to
there
have
isn't
everything
clause like that.
regulated.
yes.
And you know you cannot, and then like no discrimination against tenants.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the things they put, the things you read,
No pets even.
no pets, an athlete couple. I've read everything. I've read
Then
everything.
should be no pets is understandable because like there's certain places that allow pets. It's sad, but yani, there's certain places they're clear from the beginning, no pets allowed or whatever. Or like if you have a pet, it's an extra deposit that you have to pay or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But
It's like no kids.
yeah, no kids. That's ridiculous.
Honestly.
Being a fitness couple, that
Yeah.
is extremely ridiculous. Working, who cares how I get my money as long as I'm paying you the rent at the end of the month.
True. No, like corporate, like both my husband and I work in the private sector. We had to get recommendation letters
To live in a building,
to live in a building
From who?
from like your manager or whatever.
Wow.
that's ridiculous.
We didn't go with it, but like it was one of the things.
This conversation took a whole turn now on like
Yeah. You can see like the weirdest shit, but like at the same time,
that's why now you see everyone building extra floor, like the main house, they're building extra floors or extra buildings just to have a safe place for their kids when they do get married.
Yeah, because it just keeps on getting harder.
And it's sad that you can't even buy a house or property in your own country because of how expensive it is.
Oh my God. You need $1 million.
You're probably like
And
have a better chance buying something abroad
Definitely. Oh my God. Definitely.
anywhere
yes.
else than your own country, which is very sad.
Definitely. Because even if you, like right now, if I pull out a full limit loan, I will not be able to buy or purchase even an apartment.
No.
Combining my salary and my husband's, like if we both pull out a full limit loan, we are not going to be
course.
able to buy something.
But go somewhere abroad, easy. By tomorrow, you can buy something.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
with the price of one apartment here, you can buy 3 houses in the States.
Exactly.
3 houses.
Oman, just go to Saudi,
Oman,
Oman, like that.
the UAE, I mean,
Saudi
as well. Like, you can buy real estate there.
There's something, yani, there's something for everyone. There's something.
And I think that circle, like how complex our real estate is, it just circulates back on what the landlord mafia is doing in Kuwait.
Everywhere, honestly, not just the Kuwait, like landlords are a huge mafia everywhere in the world. And if you think about it, they were the only industry that did not get affected by Corona.
Of course.
They still got their money, nothing happened.
Aslan, it increased.
It increased. Inflation prices went crazy.
Yes, because everyone got married during Corona as well. And everyone was looking for apartments at that specific time period. So like rent skyrocketed.
Everything.
The demand itself skyrocketed.
Not only in Kuwait, everywhere in the world. The amount, like the percentage of how much rent went up by is like exponential. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
true.
just to live in a box.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, and it's like I read this and it's like you pay so much money to live somewhere that you have to leave every day to go work for, so you make money to live in that place.
Yes, it's weird. This is what society has come to, really. Like this, I think.
And you
about
barely
it
stay
almost
in your
every
own
day.
place.
If I take all my things now and just go find an island and just live off the island, eat, drink, and sleep, what's the problem with that? Why am I here and causing myself all this
That's the
work
goal.
and anxiety
That's the ultimate
just
goal.
to have like an apartment that I'm paying for and food that's not healthy for me? Like, what is this? You know,
Mad.
what is this we live in?
You know, you can actually buy islands like as low as $80,000.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, Mr. Beast is giving away those like candy.
I want one of those islands. We'll go open our studio there.
That's going to be the cherry on top of this year.
Oh yeah.
That's for
Execute
sure.
by the
Execute.
island.
Execute by the island. But I mean, I don't see Kuwait changing from that perspective, to be honest.
But
anytime
I
soon.
do have hope with the new generation in terms of
But
the whole,
you're still talking about a topic that is extremely taboo.
yeah.
Extremely. And honestly, I don't blame anyone because نفس ما قلت أول شيء initially الشر يعم والخير يخص. They
But
saw a lot of negative
Yes.
from single people living alone.
But you cannot يعني that reputation like
صح هو صح
you
كلامك.
cannot kind of ما تقدر تعممين
صح.
everyone.
هو التعميم مو زين بس للأسف الشديد unfortunately this is how society works. الشر يعم والخير يخص. يعني it's one of those hard topics.
Yeah, look at all these like students that are living abroad now going to, like the majority of college like high school students that graduate, majority of them they go abroad and study.
Yeah.
Majority of them are living alone or with a roommate. They're living in peace. They're not causing any issues.
احنا متربين على يا غريب كن أديب.
Yeah.
ف this is us.
Yeah, it's not just that. On the topic of living alone itself, I think that's extremely necessary for men and women.
It is.
Like
To
you
build
can
independence.
You can see it obviously between me and my brothers, for example. I lived alone. I depended on myself most of my life.
Okay.
They did not in certain things. Now I can cook. I can clean. I can feed myself. I can clean myself.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do any of it. They will depend on a wife. You know?
That's
So-
a red flag.
Exactly. That's a red flag. And most families are like that. ما تطلع من البيت إلا وأنت متزوج أو تتزوج بالبيت.
Yeah.
صح.
How are you gonna learn it? What if your wife
That's why
died?
that's why a lot of these like they're saying, oh, why is marriage like why is the divorce rates going up? Because of these like a lot of these issues that
No independence.
No independence. They don't know how to depend on themselves. They don't even have. They can't even go get a glass of water on their own.
Yeah.
Oh, صح. I've seen that.
know?
I've
Yeah.
seen
Imagine
that
you can't make بيض مسلوق, which is literally boiled eggs. You put the eggs in water and you boil it. How to do it? That's the question.
How to make hot water.
It's insane.
Damn.
How to turn the wash your clothes
Exactly.
wash your dryer.
The washing machine.
إذا يعني الواحد okay ما عادي you don't know بس are you willing to learn?
That's the
Some
thing.
people are not willing to learn
Majority.
at all.
Because
If
they've been
you don't grow up with something like that, you will never
yeah,
learn it.
because they've been fed the silver spoon or the gold
Yes.
spoon their whole life. That's why you need to experiencing that. Or not as you said, you learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
You learn you're capable of doing all this.
Oh,
thing. Not only that, a lot of these people that, as I mentioned, they cannot. They'll be afraid by being alone somewhere. They cannot stay alone.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I
that's
know people
something
like that.
I've been through as well. I was literally living alone. First 3 months, I was literally afraid. At night, a man, I'm 6 foot tall. I'm 140 kilos. I will walk over you, easily. I was still afraid because ما كان في أحد بالصالة that can hear the house door being opened or something, I had to be aware of that myself. It was different. I was like, yo, it's different now.
It's real life.
Yeah.
هدوء وايد هدوء البيت.
Did I close the house? I have to get up and check myself.
صح.
Yeah.
صح. Oh my god. It's crazy. It's يعني
Yeah, I think inshallah eventually they change with the future generations.
I mean, the
Have
future
hope.
generation, what they will do is they will do something very smart, but it will still be very profitable for them. It may look easier for us, but it would just be smart.
Inshallah, we'll see how it goes. But
we hope that it's not going to continue to be a taboo topic
inshallah.
or a controversial topic.
Yeah.
rather than-
Starting with Fareel podcast.
I know, right? I know, right?
Inshallah.
But it's a topic that's debatable. It's taboo or controversial,
In the
not
Arab
only in
world.
Kuwait,
Yeah.
but literally the whole Arab culture.
Yes.
It doesn't rely on what your background is or what your religion is, because it's the Arab society.
Yeah, it's
definitely.
the culture and religion at the same time. It's infused.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to rip it.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting as well? Some Latin culture, some Latin families as well, because they're very connected to
Connected
the
to
Arab,
us, yes.
Arab culture. Not all of them, but some of them, some families, they do actually you don't leave the house until you're married, type of thing. So it is very connected also with some Latin families
Nice.
as well that I've realized.
We have a lot of things that we have in common between us and the Latin community. So I love that about them, to be honest.
On this topic of controversial.
Yes.
So last episode, remember how I told you the whole beef started with Kendrick and
Okay.
J.COLE and all that.
Yeah.
So J.COLE launched a surprise EP album, Might Delete Later. It was a good
Ooh.
yes, 12 it's called Might Delete Later.
Okay.
Literally. 12 songs. He had one diss track, 7-minute drill. It was a light diss. It was a good one, but it was light. I feel it was light. It wasn't hardcore diss. Replying back to Kendrick about that beef. But
Huh. Dun dun dun.
dun dun dun, turn of events. He has a tour. He's on tour right now, a Dreamville tour in the States. And one of his concerts, after he launched the album and after that diss track and everything, he went up on stage for the first time in history of beef. He apologized
To Kendrick?
for replying back to his diss, for that diss track.
Isn't that a good thing? ولا لا؟
No,
ما أدري، I'm like,
what the fuck?
Here we
I'm
go.
ضيعة.
That's the controversial part about it. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Like,
I'm ضيعة. بس
listen,
لأنه
يعني شوف, I do understand.
Ramadan got to him, you guys.
The thing is,
Hashtag شهر الفضيل.
the solar eclipse got to him.
كيفكم والله عاد هو اكليبس هو كسوف
The thing is, Yeah, and I understand his point of view. He's like, I didn't feel good spiritually about
Told you Ramadan.
dissing like, a colleague or whatever. And he's like, we're all good. It's all love between us. Which I understand. But at least wait for Kendrick to reply. He literally came out with that EP album, released that diss track that he probably listened to multiple times, went through a lot of people to get approved and all that, and released. And people were like going all off on that diss.
بالعكس هذا شيء وايد زين.
And then 2-3 days later, you come out and apologize for that diss track. Then why did you release it in the first place?
ما تحسف ما عليه. Sometimes you do things but then the second it's done or it's out of your system.
Man.
لا في
I was in shock.
ما عمرك سويتيها ما عمرك سويتيها سويتي شيء.
This is hip hop. This is different. It's a competition. And it's like you're in a basketball game or you're in a boxing ring. Okay, I punched you. I knocked you out. I won.
No,
I'm not gonna come be like, oh my god, I take that back. I feel bad. It's all love between us. I don't wanna. I'm so sorry that I knocked her out. I don't wanna.
لا هو أنا أحس إنه it got personal. It's not a competition anymore. It's becoming personal.
But no, it didn't because Kendrick didn't reply yet.
وش درات شنو بقلبه؟ مقموت الريال.
Kendrick did not reply back to that diss. So يعني, and that song was really good. Like that beat switch and that song, 7-minute drill in the middle, like conductor, that was fire.
اوكي يمكن هو عجبه يمكن he just needed to get it out of his system.
خلاص get it out, forget about it. Why?
سمعوا that على قولتك that drop. Okay, سمعوا, enjoy the music, بس like ترى I don't mean anything by it. It's
and he did it live.
كفو عليه والله صراحة. أرفع له القبعة وأنا مو لابسة قبعة.
Okay. I've been waiting for you all to finish talking about it so I can say my piece about it.
Tell us. أنا توني أصلاً جاي أسألك.
Okay, so with hip hop, I'm a huge fan of hip hop. I literally studied a lot of parts of hip hop. I watched lectures about hip hop. That's all fake. Just that, truthfully speaking, it's fun. People know it's fake, but they don't really talk about it because it's fun. It's fun for the whole thing.
Sales.
Exactly, to raise up sales. New album is coming to release the new album. And back in the day, NWA, all those West Side, they know it's the beefs. They start the beefs just because they want a story behind the album, behind the song. So what I guess J.COLE realized is like, oh, that's the old way. And he said it. He's like, maybe 10 years ago, I would have not said this. But I've grown. And I agree with him. Hip-hop has grown. It's not time for beefs. You know? That fake, all that fake
تونا
stuff
معيدين وش زينا.
it's childish. Okay, and by the way, this is not the first time Kendrick roasts or does this is J.COLE. He dissed J.COLE. He dissed every single rapper in the game in the last album with his
أنا
cousin.
ضيعت منو اللي تأسف؟
J.COLE.
J.COLE تأسف حق كندريك.
Yes.
خلاص بس.
Yeah, but Kendrick, this is not the first time he disses هذا بس this time it went viral.
It went viral because it was like a يعني حسينا like it came out of
من القلب.
إيه عشان كذي يعني نفس ما أنت قاعد تقول إنه أوكي it's.
ولا نسينا that song first person shooter.
إيه. ليش قاعد تدافع عن الهوشة؟
أنا ما قاعد أدافع.
لا حسيتك وايد قاعد تدافعين
No,
عن
because I'm a big J.COLE fan.
إيه بس هو تأسف بالعكس المفروض يعني يكبر بعينك.
Yes, but like
يعني زعلانة إنه هو تأسف.
He did not apologize for.
He didn't apologize. He just like.
He did not apologize for the diss itself. He apologized for the whole situation. He's like, we're not like that anymore.
We're not like that. But he's not the one that started it. That's the thing.
شوف لين قد يعني.
Hey,
هي
it's
تبي
fun.
الهوشة تصير.
It's fun, but all J.COLE wanted to say is it's all fun. It's all love.
إيه.
And he didn't want to ruin the hip hop look by saying, "Oh, this is all fake."
I don't want him to take the L.
He did not. I don't think he did.
ال شنو؟
Loss.
Because in his song, was it Crocodile Tears? It's like A B C D E F G H I J K L. No, it's H I J K M N O. When I was in school, I learned something about like not
taking the L.
Yeah.
ما حد خسر ما قاعد أشوف الموضوع.
It's a silly hip hop beef.
Yeah.
بس هذا it's not even
it's
beef anymore. It's an act.
It's exciting though.
No.
It's an act على كلامكم.
Exactly, it's an act.
اللي قاعد تروحوا لي إياه.
This is they do this in MMA. They do this in boxing.
إيه
When
خلاص.
there's a fight coming up, فجأة he hates this guy. ليش؟
Yeah,
بس
and
عشان
they
the fight.
start, and then they start punching each other's faces and their face off.
But
then
after the fight, they hug each
It's all
other. It's all
love.
love.
إيه خلاص يعني ما في L to begin with.
No,
Yeah.
no.
إيه خلاص تبي تقول
People
فيها.
are overreacting. A little
والله
bit.
فرح is
I think-
Speaking of
overreacting صراحة.
overreacting,
فرح is overreacting.
No, I think it's just it's been tame lately, and something exciting has
Yes,
happened. It's
yes.
just exciting. Like, oh my God, what's happening? Looking what's going on. Like, it's just something exciting to look at.
Your definition of excitement is way different than mine.
Because I'm a huge hip hop fan, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like something like this happens.
ما له شغل حتى أنا
Because
I'm
like
a hip hop fan.
the
but
last
like,
time that happened was what, like East Coast, West Coast, Biggie, Tupac, you know.
no. There's been a lot of beefs that
I
have
know,
been
yeah.
happening throughout the years. But they have not been succeeding as much. It's only the fans of this rapper against the fans of this rapper. Back in the day, it was entire neighborhoods against
Yeah,
entire
gangs.
other
again صح
neighborhoods.
Yeah.
صح.
Now it's all
It's not to
integrated.
that extent,
you know?
yeah, of course. Something exciting. Yeah. Omar has a segment for us today.
Interesting.
Yes.
عمر with his segments حبيت.
Yes.
لا حبة الأجواء أنا.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
have some overrated, underrated questions.
إنزين.
So you guys just tell me if it's underrated or overrated,
Okay.
and maybe a little bit why.
تمام.
Okay. So we will start with New Year's Eve.
Overrated.
Thank
A
you.
little bit, yeah.
Thank you.
Overrated.
Thank you. Yes, it's extremely overrated.
Especially like when like these restaurants start charging like a set menu for يعني 100
Where's that
KD a
idea?
night.
And you go and it's like a horrible DJ. You know?
صح
know,
صح
like-
صح صح صح.
Like any other day, the food is not made from gold or something. It's the same food. Yeah.
مو هذه المشكلة. It's the same food, same chef. يعني مو مسافرين أحد جايبينه مثلا حق سواد عيونك مثلا. لا.
Hey,
It's the same chef, same kitchen.
yeah. And
Same
it's like
restaurant.
all booked. That's the funny thing. You want to
تعبانين.
go do something, it's all booked.
It's
You
all
can't go
booked.
anywhere.
والسعر sorry, everything is overpriced.
And it's not like something special going on.
No.
It's just New
Yep.
Year's.
They
It
just
happens
give
to
you
be
a
on.
main course, dessert, and a side
Nothing.
dish.
It just
with
happens
a
to be
drink.
on December 31st.
That's it. وبالونات خايسة من 101 Dalmatian. I can't honestly. You're not allowed to dance, you're not allowed to clap. Not even like a shoulder whip or I don't know. No.
It's that's the thing. When I'm sitting there, I've been to those like once, and after I'm like, I will never go because New Year's Eve. What I learned from movies and TV shows and everybody, you kiss somebody, you know,
Yeah.
at midnight.
Nope.
I looked around. I'm like, who am I gonna kiss? My friends, my guy friends.
Yes.
And I was just like, hey. بعدين.
بس
You know, outdoors is nice, so at least like you can see the fireworks. Like you go out to the beach, you see
ما
the
في
fireworks.
ما في fireworks بالكويت وايد.
Yeah.
They used to.
They used to.
I remember 2012 was insane.
Used to.
بس
I
the
could
thing
see it
is,
من أول السالمية البحر كله.
Yes. Used to.
The
Past
thing
They
is-
spend millions on it.
past tense.
fireworks also like I have mixed feelings about, because like haram, like you know how many dogs die per year because
I
of
don't-
fireworks?
I
Because
don't care for fireworks, honestly.
they have like phobias from, they get startled, they have panic attacks,
Oh,
so
have
it
you seen
is
goats when they get startled?
they fall
They
off.
freeze up and they
Seriously?
fall off. Yeah, they fall on their side.
Haram.
It's so cute.
I don't
There was
care.
that movie with Brad Pitt with the goats. I forgot the name of it, and like the goats are just like
Number 2, Amar.
Okay, coffee.
overrated.
Underrated.
Thank you. Yes.
Good coffee is underrated.
Listen. It's over and underrated. Let me clarify.
يلا.
It's underrated of how powerful of a tool it could be.
Okay.
It's overrated من ناحية إنه just coffee. Not every coffee is the same. يعني مثلا some people like ما أدري, like أحس it's overrated and underrated.
No. Good coffee is underrated.
Yes, قاعد أقول good coffee and knowing its properties, يعني knowing how strong of a powerful tool it could be useful to, and knowing how to enhance it
Yeah.
for better use, yes. But in terms of like just coffee in general,
Generally.
it's slightly overrated. It's two-sided, Madri.
Yeah. So with coffee, I feel like people don't understand fully. It's just been integrated into
صح.
humanity in a way.
صح.
So that's what makes it overrated.
That it's like it's overrated when it comes to all those lattes and
Yes.
by the way, lattes are not coffee in my
Or
opinion.
like the sugary macchiatos, frappuccinos,
Whatever, yeah.
You grind the beans, you put water into that, and that is coffee. Anything more, that's not coffee.
And then like the notes of each coffee from like each
Yes.
country
Yes.
and the beans,
That's
the
the thing.
acidity, the boldness.
Those are natural. You taste strawberry chocolate.
Exactly.
That was not added.
But people don't understand how strong of a drug it is.
It is.
Exactly. That's the underrated part.
That's my-
that's what I was
Yes,
saying. How
yes.
strong
That's
of a
my
tool.
perspective.
There's the
It's a tool
scientist.
and it's bad at the same time.
Yes.
Exactly.
People don't understand that it's a drug.
Exactly.
That's why it's overrated, because people overuse it.
Yes.
And they're constantly like drinking, like people that have like 4 or 5 cups a day. That's like you're on in constant flight or fight.
You're on
mode.
coke.
Yeah, and it has a huge part of an anxiety.
Yes, cortisol levels being elevated that affects the whole body.
Yes, and coffee, as soon as it enters your body, it takes 8 hours before it fades away.
And it dehydrates your system.
في
so you
ناس
need
من
to-
كثر ما قاعد تشرب قاعد يحوشها هذه الرجفة.
رجفة بالضبط.
Oh my god.
That's where I meant it was overrated. Like the
Yeah.
people that are like,
This
That's
coffee
scary.
in general, it's a very good coffee. Again, not milk,
Real coffee.
not milk added, one shot of caffeine type of thing. That is horrible for you.
مو اللي مقاطعينه حاليا.
Exactly.
Not that type of
coffee,
coffee.
coffee, it's good for your gut, it's good for
Yes.
your
Yeah.
health, it's good for your heart. It's a huge list.
it has antioxidants, it has a lot
If
of
you
things.
know the know-hows.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, there was this one scientist talking about that. I forgot his name as well. I think it was a podcast or an interview I was watching. I don't remember who it was. It was a really older guy that they were interviewing. He's a researcher and scientist. And the interviewee asked him, like, out of all, like, he's tried everything in his lifetime. And he's like, out of all the drugs that you've tried in your life, what was the strongest drug that you've ever tasted or ever had? And you know what he said? That first cup of coffee that he had after 2 months of 0 caffeine. He's like, that first cup of coffee, I was on another level.
I felt it as I told you guys, like in Ramadan I don't necessarily have a cup of like black American coffee. I only do the frequent like Arabic coffee in gatherings, and that happens like once a week or like twice a week maximum. But like yeah, that first cup of coffee at work in the morning, yeah, that was like a slap in the face.
For me, the same thing. Like Anna, I'm the type that uses coffee as a tool. I don't drink coffee every day. I don't need caffeine every day to function, because somehow my body is the type that builds tolerance. Like
Okay.
I'll have the strongest coffee today. I'll feel it after 2-3 days. Khalas, as if I can sleep after it. So for coffee to work for me, I'll have it once a week or whatever. And that once a week or twice a week, whenever I need it,
Yeah.
I do feel it. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Third topic.
There we go. Actually, yeah. What about MMA/boxing?
I think Farah, I'm gonna give it to you first.
It's a hard one because
In
I feel
Kuwait, in
I
Kuwait?
feel
No, in general.
I feel it's properly rated. It's properly rated.
بالكويت هبة.
No, it's not.
كانت-
I'm not talking about Kuwait. It's like
ادري بس I'm talking about like هو سألته قال لي general بس انا قاعد اقول in Kuwait هي كانت هبة.
Yeah.
There was a wave of MMA
course,
and
yeah.
boxing.
ما أدري. I feel it is properly rated for people that understand it, for people that know what's going on. I do not like whatever is happening من ناحية for example, the Mike Tyson Jake-Paul fight. I don't understand. Like, okay, it's interesting. I just don't understand it. Like, what's going on? It's not a real fight.
I'm not. هو أنا this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, we want to watch real fights like they were before. Like, I'm looking forward to that Usyk and Tyson Fury fight. That's a really good one. I miss those like good fights. Now it's all about the highest views. Those like, which is shufai. It's nice. It could go 2 ways. Like I'm liking how it's like boxing or MMA. Like they're getting bigger audiences because of those YouTubers that are coming in and
Shedding point on it.
and like, you know, they're bringing new viewers that wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't for them. So that is a good thing. It's growing the sport. But at the same time, not all of, like, for example, okay, Jake Paul, I can see like he is becoming serious into boxing, like من ناحية training, he's been doing it a lot, like but then you have those that come like just to do it, just to collect the money, just to collect the paycheck. And then you have all these other boxers that have been, their whole life has been just boxing or MMA or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel it is properly rated, in my opinion.
I feel like it's underrated.
I feel like it's overrated.
Okay, I will explain what I think. With not boxing, I would say it's the same. It's a sport at the end of the day. It's a fighting sport. With fighting sports, with people that are fighters, it teaches you a lot of things. It teaches you.
And are we talking about the athletes, or are we talking about the sport in general? من ناحية viewers.
All of it.
The whole thing.
Oh, as athletes, it is underrated.
Yeah. For people think it's barbaric. People think, they shouldn't do that. It's
an art.
It's an art form, and it's very healthy for people.
My perspective is not about like the art perspective. My opinion about it is about like how when you spoke about like there's acts being put on to create more viewers.
It's not an act though.
It's
not WWE.
With fighting, it's a little bit different. It's slightly different than hip hop and other genres.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is real with fighting, especially UFC. Boxing, it's a whole different thing because there's a lot of money involved, so they have to do that. But with UFC, it's mostly real. And it's underrated because those fighters, they have nothing else to do. That's all they know how to do it. That's how they support their families. That's how they feed their families.
Well, actually, the sport has saved a lot of people from going down the wrong path.
Hip hop does the same thing.
It's in DNA. Literally, Joe Rogan spoke about this. Some fighters, it's just in their blood to fight.
Yeah,
so
I believe that.
What are they gonna do?
I believe that.
And it's actually one of the hardest sports in terms of conditioning, in terms of strength, in terms of everything. You have to be
IQ as well.
Yes,
IQ.
Like you have to be, like, other than you having to have like a good cardio conditioning, good like strength conditioning, good endurance and everything. You have to have strong reflexes. You have to have the skill, the art to kind of maneuver, move, the whole movement, everything about it itself. It's one of the hardest sports in the world, aslan.
Yeah.
In terms of any other sports, if you're talking about it, it requires a lot of training, and you can't just be able to do it overnight. You need practice.
Yeah,
you're getting punched in the face.
Exactly, and you train for months and months just to fight this one guy and to perform for fans. It's still a performance at the end of the day. So they put their lives on the line for people to have fun.
And people, that's the thing.
That's my overrated part, unfortunately.
Yeah, but astronauts put their lives on the line.
Exactly. I do understand that some people are
F1
built.
drivers put their lives on the line.
Yeah.
So it's just because it's literally blood and hitting. That's people find it a little bit vulgar.
Yes.
But the IQ part of it alone, aslan, it's huge.
It's significant.
Preventing yourself from being hit in itself.
Exactly. If you've ever been on the floor with a jiu-jitsu fighter, the many ways they can break all your bones, disable you, it's insane.
The reflex itself is gonna take so much time to actually.
It's a lot of skills to learn, no matter any.
It's mixed martial arts. It's not just boxing alone. It's not jiu-jitsu alone. It's all of them combined.
Interesting.
And the GOAT, who's the GOAT in your opinion in UFC?
What's it?
Khabib? The entire UFC.
See, I'm not a big UFC. I don't watch UFC as much. I'm more boxing.
Okay.
So I don't know much. There's this other guy. What's his name?
زي boxing.
That boxing is different.
But like in
Muhammad Ali, of course, number one.
Okay.
I mean, active.
Active. Yeah. I mean, retired Tyson is also Mike Tyson. He was like amazing.
He's great. Yeah.
He's great. You see, like even at this age now, amazing. Wow. Like him training now, mashallah, yani.
Yeah, but the GOAT You
Well, give me names. I forgot. Like
you cannot-
Israel Adanyasa.
Adesanya.
Adesanya,
Israel Adesanya. But the GOAT, the actual GOAT, is John Jones.
I've heard of him.
John Jones, he's undefeated. He's the longest running. He's old now. Where others that where he was fighting,
Was he? I've heard something about him recently.
he got arrested.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a deer in
He
headlights.
He's the crazy.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
He is into
I
a
knew
lot.
that name.
This is
rang a bell.
another example of it's in his DNA. He's just a wild guy. He fights all the time. He's
A
wild.
lot of domestic abuse.
A lot of domestic
and-
abuse. He drugs. He fights بشارع.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
dish yeah?
I'm like that sound that like I've heard that. Where did it ring a bell? Like and I'm like recently something happened.
زين يلا next.
Salil is over it.
I'm a deer in headlights, so I don't know what's going on.
Per usual.
Per usual.
Okay, next up is driving/owning a car.
Yeah, you have to. You
Properly
have
rated.
to.
Yeah, it's properly rated. You,
You
need the car.
You must.
Depending on where you're at.
Yes, but in Kuwait.
In
yeah,
Kuwait,
yeah,
you need
must.
a car to serve. Like, there's no proper public transportation. And if I would, on the other hand, if you're
have
in
to.
London,
No,
you
you
don't
don't
need a
have to.
car. Also, it's worse.
Better
getting-
off not driving
better-
offline.
yes, inside of central London, but in
But-
Kuwait,
I don't have a car.
I don't know how you do it.
Exactly.
I don't know how you do it, honestly.
it works. It's the same to me. Kuwait is so small, first of all.
but
صح.
getting around, like I'm the type that I don't want to depend. I don't like to
But
depend.
but come on, you don't just like حين مثلا when we finish filming, you don't go downstairs and you'll find a cab
In seconds, there is going to be a cab with Kareem.
with Kareem. Exactly. It's not like in, for example, London or
I mean, now there's Uber everywhere.
yeah, but I'm thinking about it like if you need something on the go, like literally just walking out the street, like old school, you know, putting
Yeah.
your thumb out or
Yeah.
putting your hand
There
out.
is still that.
Not
That's
only
like
that,
just-
even like if you want to run errands, like say for example, you have multiple stops per day to finish
Hmm.
that. So like you're going here, like you finish here, and then you want to go there, and then you finish. So
the
it's
same
not
taxi
convenient.
guy. He's waiting for you outside.
I don't like someone waiting for like I feel bad someone waiting for me in that car.
Sure, but I don't mind because
And
I'm paying.
At that time, but at that time, like you know, like you're inside and you're back.
Because we're not used to it. In
Yeah.
Kuwait, we're not used to it. But I
Yeah.
guess you are.
Exactly.
even when
And
I do
prefer
travel.
it, actually.
Okay, see?
And I can get license in a second
Yes.
if I want to, but mabi.
Yeah.
All my friends are convincing me, mabi.
Tara, by the way, like even parking here in Kuwait has been a hassle. These,
Parking is a hassle. شوارع الكويت will destroy your car.
yeah.
That's why you
my
need a
friends they
four-wheel
tell me, oh,
drive.
you'll save money. No, I'm not gonna save money because I see you spending كل كم شهر لازم اروح
For
اضبط
tire,
سيارة
yes, for
300
sure,
400 دينار.
for sure. Tires are expensive here in Kuwait.
I know I
And the
spend
streets
exactly
are
100
crazy.
KD a month, maybe less on taxis, depending on how many shoots I have.
Yeah,
100 KD. لو عندك سيارة, that's only for gas.
صح. Give or take. So.
Yeah.
But as she said, like on the go or like just yalla, not even thinking about it, not having to think about yalla, just go. And sometimes you're in a hurry and like, I need to speed my way through it and like, I don't know.
We're used to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He isn't.
But like, because there's
He
no
chose
proper-
not to, basically.
Yes.
But
Oh,
because like if we had a metro, maybe yeah, it's okay. عادي, I don't need a metro, bus, like you know that type.
You
of
know how easy it is to actually build a metro? It was one of my projects in university to like just make a plan,
Right.
a scheme, a whole different routes and different colors.
thing
and
is,
like,
it's not the infrastructure. Do we have that proper? Like, how long would that take to build that?
There is
How
a plan.
long?
Isn't there already a plan بين السعودية
That's
والكويت
overground, not
وقطر.
underground.
Hey, okay. But it's still a plan for something.
زين.
Okay.
Next,
Next
topic.
question.
Last two.
Let's do. Okay.
Yes.
Quick one. Marriage.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Oh, yes, it's overrated. I
It's
agree.
overrated only because our society doesn't explain how serious marriage
Not
is.
only that, what I don't like is how they in our society they make it seem that's the main goal of life and that's the biggest achievement someone can have. Like, so you could have so many achievements, they wouldn't see you as a successful person if you're not married.
I don't know. I've never seen it that way, but it's like
No, that's what I've seen, like people's perspective.
How they
on
view it.
Yes. Like you can have so many achievements, they'll still see something is missing. Like they'll see you as less, or يعني, oh, you still haven't achieved the biggest achievement, which is marriage.
no هو شوفي هو احنا
It's a nice thing when it's a healthy relationship, when it's يعني with the right person and all that. It's a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
but it's not the only goal in life.
احنا فروح in our society we always like to pick the negative aspects. Like whenever you finish high school, it's university. Whenever you finish your college degree, it's you getting married. It's you getting your first job. And then if you don't get that particular job that they have in mind for you, it's why aren't you married? And once you get married, why don't you have kids?
When you have that first kid, when is your second kid coming?
Exactly.
And then if it's 2 boys, you have to bring a sister. When it's a sister, 2 girls, you have to bring them a brother.
It's always nitpicking on like what's left. What's left?
The grass is always greener.
And marriage is like
J.COLE said it, love yours.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm blessed with the person I'm calling my spouse, my other half. But unfortunately, we don't get to see how serious it is before we get into the marriage life. They don't explain it for you. They don't articulate it for you.
Another thing is like the older generation, how they view it is like, oh, like you have to like kind of make your whole life kind of like, oh, عشان you get married. Don't do this. Do it when you get married.
A lot of families are based that way.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to do this unless you get married. في وايد
Or like wait until you're married.
في وايد بنات they never get to travel by themselves. They're like the parents or family or whatever be like
When you get married.
When you get married.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They don't understand that.
And then
marriage
that's
doesn't
what
function
makes,
that
and
way.
then with that mentality, that's what makes some girls desperate to just get married so they can go do those things. Unfortunately.
That's why marriage is overrated in our culture because a significant chunk of it is not defined.
And then some people get married just to get married. They don't care who the person. And it's
because
not.
it's an Instagram habba.
No, not only that. It's just like, for example, like, say, if they're doing it the traditional way or whatever way, like, oh, say like the son like reaches, for example, a certain age, and the mother's like, "Yalla, you need to get married now." And or the son's like, "Oh, I'm ready to get married," and he's just ready to get married just to get married, and it's not because, oh, well, you have to. It's a union. You have to choose that person wisely. That person has to, like, it has to be. It's a second half. You have to like. It's a relationship. It has to be healthy. It's not just yalla, just marriage.
That's why I was saying, a huge chunk of the definition of marriage is undefined. You're just thrown into something that you think it's a big party with a white dress.
And
Seriously.
it's gonna end there,
And it's just gonna be like all unicorns and I don't know what.
Rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah. But
the whole marriage is basically solving each other's problems.
exactly. And it's a gorgeous thing, to find your other half.
When it's the right person.
When it's the right it's a gorgeous thing to find someone that actually takes you for who you are. Everyone has baggage. I mean, let's not sugarcoat life. Okay, everyone comes with their own baggage. If it's from previous experiences or if it's also from like life itself, And when you have that other half that is willing to accept you, initially with those,
for who you are and not want to change anything in you, and then it becomes you want to become a better person for that person from who you are, not because someone told you. It's a very beautiful union
and powerful thing as well. But unfortunately, that huge chunk is not described. It's not elaborated.
Yalla, just get married. You're at that age. Yalla, just get married. And no.
Yep.
Okay, what is marriage?
It's a union. It's a beautiful union between two people.
They don't even define that for you.
Yes, it's not to them. It's not a partnership.
Yes.
Yeah.
To them, it's
a contract.
It is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I've heard it a lot that you need to like as a female perspective, you need to compromise. You're the one that needs to let go of a lot of things. you have to adapt. You're the one that have to be versatile and be able to change.
It has to be both ways. It's a partnership, a two-way partnership, not one-way partnership.
This is why most of the time it doesn't work with people.
I've heard people saying to their daughters that like, you're going to hell if you don't change, if you don't compromise, if you don't do this, if you don't do that.
Who's gonna marry you with you like doing that? Who's gonna marry you with you having that type of job, or you wanting to study this major, or you wanting to do this or do that?
Yeah, that's the female's part. That's the female side from a guy.
Yeah.
As a single guy right now, everybody thinks I'm just a playboy because I'm at this age, I'm not married and I'm living alone, you know? Everybody just assumes the worst.
You're still young.
Exactly. I'm still young. I'm still living my life.
Especially with nowadays, like life is hard in itself. Like you have to build yourself. You have to build your career, build who you are, like be settled in where you're at before opening, like, you know, being with someone else. Like, and you have to be ready with your own, like you have
mindful.
to be with,
you have to be mindful of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Not only that, you have to accept yourself for who you are first and be in a proper mental state.
I just want to say something. When someone comes into someone's life, they don't complete you. You're not a half to be completed. They complement you. They both start with a C, with the letter C, but they're two different perspectives. No one completes you. You're not supposed to be a half. Okay? Your spouse is there to complement you.
Adds more to your life.
Exactly. They're supposed to be like a highlighter in your life. They're supposed to highlight.
Bring the good in you.
Thank you.
Bring out the best in you.
But to
encourage you,
no.
support you.
To complete you, to get into a relationship.
Because you're complete. You have to be complete for you to be able to open. You have to. They always use the glass full. So you have to. You can't fill someone else's cup with an empty cup. Your glass has to be full.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that just went deep.
You can't love when you don't love yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
صح.
You have to accept who you are. You have to be in a very good mental state.
Ammar is giving us those deep topics من آخر مرة. Like, I don't
Thank
know
you
what
guys
to
for
do.
joining our TED Talk.
Oh my God, Ammar, what are you doing with us?
I'm trying.
With us, to us. I don't know. I lost count.
It's good content. Okay, to end it on a light question.
Okay.
What do you think about cereal?
But what?
Cereal.
Cereal?
Yeah.
Like يعني
Cornflakes?
Cereal? Yeah.
Cornflakes?
Yeah.
Overrated.
I mean, cornflakes is just one brand. A lot of people.
أدري
A lot of
بس
people
يعني
make that mistake.
بالعربي
Hey,
بالكويتي cornflakes.
all cereal is
Cornflakes.
Overrated. It's not nutritious at all. It's full of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeding it to your kids, and then you wonder why they're super active and hyper and all that, and it has no nutritional value unless you get the proper. There are some brands that have
That are
higher
very
protein.
Tony هاي أقول.
Yes, but if that's the only thing you eat in the morning,
لا,
it's
don't do
literally
that, don't do
sugar and carbs.
إيه لا don't do that.
And then they don't even let them like lie to you with the marketing things. High in fiber, it's diet, it's healthy, it's fat burning.
She's right. It's marketing.
Nothing.
It's pure marketing
Even milk. The way
It's
they
marketing.
started
High
branding it from the
calcium.
beginning, it was literally they made campaigns for awareness,
صح.
you know, to convince people that milk is good for you.
صح.
It was insane. And cornflakes or cereal, my whole life I've been growing, okay, what do I eat something healthy today in the morning? Let's eat cereal.
Yeah, and then they'll
Cereal
have
and
the
milk.
ones that's like no added sugar. Okay, no added sugar, but it has sugar. That not when it says no added sugar,
Carbs,
that doesn't mean
people don't understand. Carbs is sugar. Carbs turn into
Yeah.
sugar in your body.
صح. It's all a part of a marketing scheme.
okay, you want to use it as a topping, like you want to have a balanced meal.
Yeah.
Have Greek yogurt, drizzle some
بس
honey.
أحس it's not as popular as it used to be back in the day.
Yes, because people are like waking up and seeing that it's
Aware.
not, especially like for example, some brands, I don't want to mention certain names.
ما داعي.
Okay, they have food dyes. They're artificially flavored.
I think that all circulates back on the parents.
But still, like, يعني, especially like إحنا as our older generation, we ate that as kids.
No,
our,
I didn't.
Our
I
kids,
didn't. My mom was like a hard no.
No,
on
yeah,
sugar.
my-
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
our parents like didn't like, especially back in the day, there wasn't that awareness. They thought, oh, it's like, you know, for example, there's certain brands that has no sugar. Oh yeah, it's healthy, but we added sugar to it. We
Yes.
ate it, And that's not a balanced breakfast. Our brain does not work properly. خبز وجبن is actually healthier
Yes.
to eat as a breakfast than cereal.
ريوقنا كان لازم يكون بيض.
Yeah, eggs.
No question asked.
بيض is amazing.
Yes, والتوست ما كنت اودي وياي توست وجبن المدرسه كان توست وزعتر.
Very
Like
nice.
yes,
Delicious.
it was that's it.
Yeah.
With شاي حليب يا سلام.
No ما في شاي حليب بالمدرسه. المدرسه
الحارس عنده.
كان زين بس غمسه على الاقل.
Yeah, actually, I want to bring something that brought. Do not, please, do not let marketing, packaging fool you.
I
So,
love
like-
me some good packaging. ما راح أتشدد.
No,
ما
but
راح
like it
أتشدد.
pisses me off. Like sometimes like, oh, it's high in protein, and then you turn around, it's only 10 grams of protein. How is this high in protein? If it's 10 grams, it's the same thing as others. Oh, this is healthy for you, and it has like 40 grams of sugar added to it.
Everything
This
is marketing. Everything.
Yeah, so please turn the label around. Take the extra 1 minute, turn the packaging around, read the ingredients, learn how to
the
read
nutritional facts.
and the nutritional facts. And with the ingredients, usually the first 3 to 4 ingredients is what makes the majority of the product. So like the
True.
first 3 ingredients are the main ingredients. If it's sometimes like you turn around, it's like the first 2 ingredients are like sugar, glucose syrup, or whatever, and at the end it's like a tiny fine print protein added, which is like only makes 3 grams of protein in that thing.
Yeah.
Marketing scam. Read your packaging.
Amar, what's your intake on cereal / cornflakes?
I
بالعربي?
agree fully with her. It's completely useless.
Yeah.
It's filled with bad
It is.
things.
It
We've
is.
been lied to our whole lives.
Oh, it is useless.
As I said, if you want to add it on as a topping, like with your
Yes.
yogurt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or with whatever,
Yeah.
like as to enhance the extra crunchiness if you want.
Yes.
But don't use it as the main ingredient.
لا main ingredient no way. صراحة I don't have to me it's underrated my whole life because I didn't grow up having it. I buy it now مشتهات.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a brand that I
مشتهات
buy
honestly.
that has, it's like, it is actually like the ingredients are really good. I use it as toppings actually. It's made from like chickpea flour, coconut sugar, like it's
Okay.
higher, it is actually higher in protein and it's healthy for you.
Nice,
So.
nice. Okay.
Well, this whole episode took a whole turn.
It's a roller coaster of an episode.
A lot of controversial stuff.
Of emotions, of opinions,
A lot of ups and
perspectives.
downs. Got deep, but good episode.
Whew.
Damn, it feels like we ate the papaya yesterday, not the beginning of
Jed.
the episode.
Jed.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow us on all platforms. Subscribe to our channels. Like this video. Comment if you want.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up as always. And as always, keep it for real.
Big love.
Peace.